Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one. I decided to go ahead and look through Amazon and choose an entire face of 4 to 5 star rated products. Most of these are 4.5 to 5 star rated products, and I thought it would be fun, and all of it is affordable, believe it or not. I was so excited because everything is really drugstore. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an entire face. I am going to clip my hair so I don't have to keep moving it back. And if you're interested to see how I'm going to do this, I'm going to scoot you right up and we'll get started. Alright, so I started with sunscreen, and the one that is the highest rated is this one here by Cerave. It's a hydrating mineral sunscreen. It is a sheer tint and it's 30 SPF. And this one has, it was $14, and everything is Amazon prices, okay? I didn't, search it to see if it was more affordable at different places. And it had 20,975 almost 5-star reviews. So I already applied this because I wanted to sink in before I start putting my makeup on. Then the face primer that I found was the one and I've never tried this before. This is Maybelline Baby Skin, and this is the primer, and this one was it was $5.46, and it had 38,494 almost 5-star reviews. So I never tried it before. It says instant pore eraser, so let's try it. I have seen people use it on YouTube, but not that much. Now it does look like a gel. It looks like a silicone base primer, and it also feels like one. So, and usually anything that is pore erasing or pore blurring, it does have silicone, and this definitely feels like silicone. It is not my favorite type of primer, to tell you the truth. I don't know, I just feel like it feels a little heavy on the skin, and it doesn't feel very hydrating. It just feels like you're putting like a thick gel on your face. So we are going to use it for today. I'm going to see if it really does blur my pores. So it's definitely interesting to see how that's gonna work. Alright, and while that sets for a second, I'm gonna do my eye primer, and the eye primer that I found is the one from Milani, and that one is $10, but I think it's less expensive than that, like at Target or Walmart. I couldn't think of the name. And that one had 5,000 5-star reviews. So I did own this already. I do use it quite often, and it is a good primer. The only thing I don't like about it is that it really doesn't conceal, like if you have any redness or any type of veining or anything on your eyes. But it is a great primer as far as making your eyeshadow last on your eyes. And yeah, it's a good one. I like it, and it definitely is affordable, but I know that $10 is more than what I have seen, unless it's gone up in price, which is a possibility. I haven't purchased it in a while. I've had this one for a while, and I think when I bought it I paid like around $6, but I've had it for at least a year. Alright, so now we're gonna let that sit. And the foundation that I had, that I hate the packaging that I purchased it in. And I've had this before, but it was old, so I went ahead and I got rid of it, and I purchased this one. And this is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I got the normal to oily. It was either normal to dry or normal to oily. I do sometimes get a little oily on my T-zone, so I decided to get that one. But I really don't like the packaging, to tell you the truth. And this one was $7.99, and it has 74,119 almost 5 stars. And the sponges, these came in a pack of 5. It's by Beaky, and I'm gonna link everything below in case you're interested. This is by Beaky, B-E-A-K-E-Y, and it brings 5 of them. I'm gonna use this one now. And the sponges are $8.99, and it has 62,140. So that's not bad for 5 sponges, especially if they're good. It feels nice and cushiony, but not super soft. I don't like the ones that are super soft. But this one feels good. So let's see how it works with the foundation. Yeah, this foundation, it's like a juice, you know, squeezy tube. I don't like this. And I didn't realize I was purchasing it in this kind of packaging when I bought it. But I do like this foundation. I've used it before. I also like the dewy one. I think that even though this says matte, it's not like matte that it looks dry on your face. I think it leaves a nice finish on your skin. I'm gonna need a little more. Okay, the concealer that I am not surprised is the Maybelline eraser, and this one is $7.99, and it has 102,601 reviews, which is amazing, right? And this is a great concealer, I have to agree. I've had this for a long time. As you can see, I'm almost done with it. So it's definitely, I do know that it is a good one. I'm going to put a little bit over my dark spots to see if it helps conceal them a little better. Okay. As far as, let's put this stuff away before I make a mess. And this does bring 1.3 fluid ounces, which I guess is a little more than the bottle brings. But I don't know, I'm just not crazy about this. I guess as far as storing, it would be easy to store because it doesn't take that much room. Maybe just because I'm not used to that kind of, I don't know, it just looks kind of cheapy. I'd rather have it in a bottle. Powder, the one that was the highest rated was the Coty Airspun, and I've had this for a long time. This was $5.72, and it has 73,754 reviews. And I'm just going to say reviews because they're all between 4.5 and 5-star reviews. Okay, so ooh, there's a little too much here, so I'm just going to go very lightly with the brushes. Okay, the brushes come in this little case, and they are from BS Small. It is a full set of brushes, and they were $9.99, and it had 78,000 reviews, which I think is really, really good. They're very affordable, and this is all the brushes that comes in here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It looks like 13 brushes. So I'm going to use, I usually like really fluffy brushes for my face. They don't have anything like that, so I'm going to use this one so that I can go under my eyes very lightly. And I'm just gonna, I'll probably switch to another one for the face. Yeah, they don't have anything like super fluffy. I'm gonna use this one, I guess. Okay, getting powder all over me. And I've had this powder for a very long time. You do get a lot of product in here. Now, it is very heavily scented, and even though I've had it for a long time, I can still smell it. I have mine in translucent. So, but this is really good. It does a great job of setting your under eyes and your entire face. So I agree that that is a really good one. Okay, now as far as the bronzer, they like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So I have it in a pan. This is a face palette. I can't talk today. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Collection, Wiley Hong. And this has been out for a while. It's still available, and I really do like it. It brings 2 highlighters, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. It does not have a mirror. So for the bronzer, I think I'm going to use, I'm really not that thrilled with the choice of face brushes, but we'll go with it. I'm going to use the butter bronzer in, this is the original, I guess, Deep Bronzer, and the other one is Sunset Bronzer. I think I'm going to go for the deep, and I'm just going to use a little bit here on my cheeks. Try not to go overboard. Lately I've been going kind of crazy with my face products, my blushes and bronzers. Now usually this bronzer is very subtle, which I really do love it, and so it's really kind of hard to go overboard. But yeah, lately I've been and I'm just gonna put a little bit on my chin and down my neck. Okay, then for blush, the Milani Luminoso is the one that had, see, it's $7.97 and it has 20,000 reviews. So I'm just going to grab the same brush that I used for the bronzer. Can't see on this side. The lighting is not the same on my left side, so I have a hard time seeing what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to take the powder brush and just go over that really quick. It's not so bright. My last video, wow, it seemed like I forgot how to blend face palettes. This is the blush. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'm going to do my highlighter after I'm done with my eyes. Alright, for the eyes, the palette that had the highest rating that I could see is a brand that I never heard of before. It's called Lamora eyeshadow palette. They did have this one and the neutral. It kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay, the original Naked palette. The color story reminds me of that. It doesn't have a mirror, and it says "Be your own kind of beautiful" on the lid. So we're gonna go ahead and work with this one. Since this is what they it had. Let me see, the eye palette. It was $13.95 and it had 22,623 reviews. I'm going to start with this this one right here that is called Cream, to just go over my primer. Words are hard today. Maybe I need more coffee. Okay, I'm going to get a fluffy brush and I'm going to start with I think I'm going to start with this one right here that is called Mauve. This one right here. that's not very pigmented. It's very light. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this one here that is called Rust. I'm going to use the same brush. Okay, so far I'm not impressed with this palette. It had a lot of good reviews, but I don't know. Let's give it a chance. Let's finish and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to go into this one here that says Plum. And I'm still using the same brush. I'm going to try to put it over here on my outer V. This is like very, very subtle. I don't have any fallout so far, but it's just a very subtle palette. I'm going to take this pinky shade, it's called Pearly, and put it on my lid. I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to use the brush that I was putting the darker shades on with. This shade is very creamy. I'm taking a little more of the darker burgundy, I think it was called. What's it called? Plum. I'm going to take the cream shade and go over under my brow bone. Clean that up a little. Okay, I'm going to take this little brush right here and take the burgundy and go under my lower lash line. But this is a perfect brush for the lower lash line. Very nice and thin and small. Okay. I'm going to try putting a little bit of this, it's called Luxury. This it's like a blue-gray here. I'm going to try to put a little bit of that. I'm going to look for like a pencil brush. If I can darken the outer V a little bit. I'm going to try to like line a little bit here. Everything looks a lot lighter once you put it on your eyes. Just trying to make it like a little messy. I think I like that better. It looks a little more defined. I'm going to take the brush that I use for blending and just blend. Okay, I'm going to take this brush here, which it's not very fluffy, but I really didn't have hardly any fallout whatsoever. Okay. I'm going to take another small brush and I'm going to go into, I think that pink. I'm going to go the same pink that I use on my lid, but kind of concentrate a little bit on the inner corner. Kind of wrap it around a little bit. Okay. Using the cream again, just to clean this up a little. I got like too much of that darker shade up there. This is the blending brush. Right, I'm gonna do my brows, and for brows, the number one was the highest rated was the Maybelline. This is the Total Temptation, and I got mine. It's a brow definer, and mine is in medium brown. So this one has like the little spoolie on one end. Come on, focus. There you go. And then it has, it kind of has like the triangle little point, which is not my favorite. I'd rather have the thin, the micro points, but we'll use this for now. Kind of like the brush. I like the smaller brush. Right, so that did a good job. I like it, and it's not super soft or super waxy. So I think it did a good job. It was easy to apply. All right, so for mascara, oh, did I tell you what the brows? It was $7.65, and it has 76,840. I did get a gel. I thought I didn't. I got the NYX Control Freak, and this is a good one. I've used this for a long time. I had run out and I repurchased it because I had so many of them left over, you know, that I have to go through. This is just clear, but this does a great job of just holding your brows. I don't think they have it tinted. I believe this only comes in clear. And this one had, it was $5.97, and it has 21,000 reviews. So as far as mascara and a primer, the primer is the L'Oreal Voluminous Base, and this one is $6.74, and it has 26,000 reviews. And the mascara is $4.99. It's the Essence Princess, the one that comes in the black and teal. And this one has 178,000 reviews. So I have used this L'Oreal primer before, and it's okay. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the drugstore. It's the Essence. I think it has a great primer. But see, it's like I put it on and you can't see anything. I guess, there you go. I can see it now. I know a lot of people like this, but I don't know. I just think it's just okay for me. I've had better. And I think the Essence one is better than this one for sure. And the mascara for sure, I've had that. I mean, I already own that in my collection. I really do enjoy this mascara. I think it does a great job. Hopefully this one is not dry, because I've had this one for a while. No, looks good still. I just got some on my nose. Let me take that little bit out. Oh, you know, the primer did pretty good. My lashes look very separated, and they look pretty good for one coat, right? I think the next time I use this primer, I'm gonna do one eye at a time. It seems like the primer dried pretty quickly. And I like the lash primer. I like to use my mascara before the primer is totally dry, because I think then it makes your eyelashes too hard, and it's hard to, oh, I got some on my lid there too. It makes it very difficult to comb through your lashes, and they kind of get like a little, oh my gosh, I got some more on. Yeah, hey, having a lash blowout over here. Okay, we're gonna let that dry before I try to go in, and oh my gosh. Let me see if I can clean it. I have a spoolie here. Let me see if I can clean some of that. I think I'm getting even more on my lids. Holy moly, guacamole. I think I have more mascara on my lids than I do on my lashes. Look at that. Yeah, so we're gonna let that dry and hopefully fix it. Yeah, we gotta fix it. Okay, the one on the nose, that one come out. Where is my sponge? That one's out. All right, let me put a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes also. All right, so for highlighter, this was one of the ones that the Lumi Glotion is the one that had the highest ratings. This one had, it's $9.92 and it had 8,242. The next one after that was a Physicians Formula, and that one is it's a little more expensive. It was $10.95. And it has 7,500 reviews, but I wanted to use something different. And this one, I've used it before as a loose highlighter, and I've also used it if I'm using a matte foundation and I don't want it to be totally matte. I like to mix a little bit of this with my foundation. But this is really pretty, and it's you know, multitasking product. It's very subtle, but it does give you like a pretty glow. All right, so that one is pretty. I think is again, it's very subtle, but I like subtle. So okay, let's see if we can clean up that mess I have on my eyes. Do I have one on here? No. Oh, this is the, okay, I'm going to take a little more of that, the shade that I have in the middle in the center of my lid, and apply a little more. I'm going to use this brush right here. It's like a flat brush, and that's going to be Pearly. And just let me take this is the blending brush, and just blend it over here. All right, okay, for lips, it was the Maybelline ink. Now, I do own quite a few of these. If you want a lipstick that's going to stay